This is a Fusion 360 tutorial that's going to show you how to do a box assembly with a single sketch. This is the box that we'll be constructing. It's a 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter or 100 millimeters by 100 millimeters box. It's got an inset lid. It was created on a single sketch so that I can export a DXF for laser cutter or for CNC routing. And that's the advantage of using a single sketch to do something like this, is that it's easier to laser cut or CNC route. You can see the inset lid here. That's the inset lid. Now, my first step is to create a new design, and I'm going to use the hybrid design, and I'm going to make sure that I'm in millimeters. I'm going to create a sketch on the XY plane, and I need two parts. This is for the top and the bottom that are 100 millimeters by 100 millimeters. So I'm using the 2-point rectangle tool here to draw two rectangles that are 100 millimeters by 100 millimeters. Now I'm planning to use 6 millimeter birch plywood. So when I draw my front and back panels for this box, I'm going to draw them using the 2-point rectangle to be 100 by 88. And that 88 is, of course, 12 millimeters less than 100. And that will make it so that the top and the bottom, which are going to be 6 millimeters, that is that taking into account the thickness of the material when I'm making the box. I need three pieces, three panels that are going to be 88 by 88. And for the same reason, I'm using 6 millimeter plywood. I need to take into account the thickness of that material. And so I need to take 12 millimeters off each side. And for the inset, I will also need an 88 by 88 millimeter panel. I'm going to finish my sketch. Now it's always best practice to name things. So I'm naming my sketch here, and I'm calling it all sides for a box. I can export my DXF right here and go laser cut this and put it together. But I also want to assemble this and have a CAD model of it. So I'm going to extrude these 6 millimeters using the extrude tool. I'm going to change the physical materials. This is going to be a laminated veneer lumber. So I'm going to add that to each of my pieces or each of my bodies. Now you'll notice they're coming in gray, so I need to change the appearance also. So I'm going to type using the A key. I'm going to type A, which gives me the appearance menu. I'm going to scroll down so I can see the wood options. And I'm going to select pine. Now you notice that I don't have pine downloaded, so I need to click on that download arrow. Then I'm going to drag the pine once it's finished downloading onto each of my bodies. And you'll see that they're now nice and pine colored. My next step is to rename these bodies so that I can find them easily in my browser. So I'm going to rename each of them for the part that they are on the box. If you double click on the body 1, body 2, you can actually just type a new name in there. Again, this is best practice. I'm going to rotate some of these parts into the orientation that they will be, and this just helps with assembly when you're doing the joints. So these two pieces, these are the front and back. I'm going to rotate them 90 degrees towards the front and the back of this particular box. And then the right side and left side, I will also rotate using the move function. So I type in the M for the move function, and I'm rotating those so that they are in that right-left orientation. I can make some of these pieces invisible, especially the ones that I'm just not dealing with in this. So I'm going to start by adding the front to the bottom of this board using the joint function. Now, it's a little tricky, but you need to find that spot that I just selected on your body, on the component, and then find a similar spot on the bottom of the front here. And again, it's a little bit tricky, but eventually you'll get it. And you can see that it'll automatically join these two together in the proper orientation. I'm going to do this with the back now. And so, similar idea. I'm going to use the joint function in the assembly. I'm going to select that spot. It needs to be horizontal to the surface. And then find the correct spot on here. And again, it's kind of tricky, but eventually you'll find that spot and be able to move it. And now I've got my bottom with the front and the back panels on the box. I'm going to do the next side here, so the left side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the J key, which is for joint. It's the same thing as going to the assembly menu and finding joint there. And I picked that spot on the left side that's horizontal and in the middle to the bottom, and then I'm going to find a spot that is correct. Now, I made a mistake here, but I can just undo and try again. Like I say, this can be a little tricky. I think I have the right spot here. But apparently not, because it shouldn't look like that. So I'm going to make my life easier by moving this panel over to the left. So I'm going to use the move key, so the M key, and I'm going to move this over because I think it'll just be a little bit easier for me to find the correct spot that way. Again, I'm selecting that spot on the bottom, and then I'm selecting it on the left side. And like I said, eventually I get it. There we go. That's perfect. So now I have the front, the back, the left, and the bottom all joined together. We need to do the right side. So in a similar manner, I'm going to do a joint. I'm going to pick that spot on the top right there, and then I'm going to zoom in and find the spot on this side over here. And there we go. That one was much easier. Now I have the right side on. So this box is pretty much complete, except it needs that inset lid to go on top. I'm going to use the assembly menu and joint, and I'm going to select the middle of the top and the middle of the inset. So that is now one piece. And then I need to put this on top of the box. So I'm going to use the joint and find the correct spot there, and then a matching correct spot on the top. And click OK. There we go. We have our fully assembled box. Of course, I can go to animation and I can make this into an exploded drawing. I'm just going to pull up the top and then the inset piece here so that you can see the completed box. Click OK. And there we go. There's your 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter, 6 millimeter plywood box.